They discovered it, they read it, and they applied it. It's the golden thread that connects the titans of the self-development industry, the source that spawned millions of millionaires, the original blueprint to success.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It's a classic. A classic.
And I love Think and Grow Rich. I love it. It's right here. I mean, it's one of my favorite books of all time.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
This material is what changed my life. This is the material I study every day. From being an immigrant woman, coming from poverty, and really coming to America and literally achieving the American dream. I can't even tell you how grateful I am for this man, for what he did for me and my family.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
People don't realize is that when we let our ego get in our way, ego is the loss, the fear of loss. So need to be right, the need to be offended, the need to be hurt, fearful. When that trajectory changes, what happens is you continually go the wrong way. So my job as a coach is to say, let's get into the enjoyment of the direct pursuit of my potential. Right? And so when the light went on, it was not about the potential of making money and being an entrepreneur, which is one of my specialties. And I said to him, look, this is an opportunity now to show how great you really are. We can't let the outside voices, right, determine our success. The happiness that we have comes within. Why are you going to give that control to somebody else?
Thoughts become things. And I always wonder, why did no one teach us this? Why did we not learn this in school? Why did we not learn this from our families? If you make your study a priority, your life will change.
And I came up with 4 really valuable things that I took stock in. And the first one was gratitude. Simple gratitude. Although I grew up with nothing, I was always grateful. Throughout the whole process of consistently, persistently pursuing my potential, I was grateful. It made my past better, my present brighter, and my future even brighter than that. In fact, I tell people all the time, if you want to change your life, change your employee's life, your family life, it's very simple. 2 words, say thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Napoleon Hill Institute training, which we do every week. A special training today with the pre-launch of the pre-order of the topic of today. Why did I write this book? Don't Do Business with Dicks. How to ditch toxicity and be able to utilize and align yourself with positive energy and success. It is very important to understand that, and we're going to let Nick of WOM set the room here today for the special training of why did I decide to write the book, Don't Do Business with Dicks. Welcome, Nick of WOM. Go ahead. Let's get this party started.
Absolutely, and happy Tuesday, everybody. David, can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you loud and clear. I also want to put a special birthday wish out to my wife.
I cannot hear you here on Clubhouse. I can only hear you on the webinar, but Gigi says she can hear you. I'm just going to bounce out real quick.
Alrighty.
I'll be right back in. Give me about 15 seconds.
Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and get started then. So we be fine. Go ahead and Nick, I want to give a special happy birthday to my wife. Who we celebrate our anniversary and her birthday one day apart. So what a great weekend with her birthday, Labor Day, and then also our anniversary. So just a big shout out to my wife. If you would like to pre-order the book, besides scanning the code, going to the link, you can just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. As always, we're in over 200 cities. Come and join us. We have a SoFi mastermind this week, and then we'll be in Italy doing meetups and holding courts in Rome, Napoli, Capri, and of course Positano and Ravello. Always rocking and rolling, and then come back with another SoFi mastermind, and then big travel as we move along the way to Phoenix, to South Dakota, to Chicago, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Denver. It's rocking and rolling all month long. I think we're well beyond the pace of 200 cities. Anyway, we're going to get started, Nick. I know you're back. Can you hear me okay? Give me a heads up.
We actually had a slight malfunction on Clubhouse, so a new room has been started. Check your text real quick, and there's going to be a new link in there for you to be able to jump in. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, okay. Thank you, everyone, for your patience as I'm back again. There we go. So let me just invite everybody in here. Nick, go ahead while I'm doing that. Just go ahead, set the room one more time for the people, and we'll get started. Go ahead.
Beautiful. Absolutely. And happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome. And thank you for joining us. This is the Napoleon Hill Institute training. And today's topic that David is going to be guiding us through is why did I decide to write this book? And this book is referring to his new book, which is going to be launching at the Super Bowl in February of 2026. But today is a very, very special day as we are going to be starting what are the pre-orders for Don't Do Business with Dicks, starting today, September 2nd, which is also the incredible Julie Meltzer's birthday. So as David guides throughout today's training, if you would like the guide or exercise from today's training, or would like to get a copy of or pre-order the copy of Don't Do Business with Dicks, make sure to reach out to David directly, david@dmeltzer.com. And of course, it would not be another Napoleon Hill Institute training if it did not come with invitations, but not obligations, to over 200 things every single year. Of course, over the next few weeks, including this week, we're going to be at SoFi Stadium with some of our special friends like Wolfgang Puck, Marie Diamond, Wing Lamb from Wahoo's Tacos, and many, many more. And then as we look at the rest of the month ahead, we head off to Phoenix, Arizona, South Dakota, San Diego, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Denver, Los Alamitos for the #1 show on Cheddar and another TV show filming with Go Fund Yourself. And then closing things out with our friends at RA 831B in Boise, Idaho. And if you would like the reminders on where we're going to be, just join our text community so you get those reminders. 949-298-2905. And without further ado, Mr. Meltzer, why don't you take us away?
All right, let's get this party started. And it's all about understanding, applying our why. Oops. I don't know why I get the feedback.
Just mute on Clubhouse.
All right, there we go. Unmute or mute on Clubhouse, Nick?
Unmute.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. To apply our why. One of the biggest lessons of my life is why I wrote this book. Don't Do Business with Dicks. How to ditch stuck on the dicks part. How to ditch toxicity and align yourself with positive influences, energy, intuition, and intelligence. Years ago, a simple standard changed the way I negotiated, lead and live. Being fair, don't squeeze to the last penny, and don't do business with dicks, was told to me simply by Lee Steinberg, my mentor, when I was dealing with one of the biggest opportunities of my life, the purchase of the Los Angeles Rams. That one principle of don't do business with dicks, always be fair, don't squeeze people to the last penny, and more importantly, the methodology to apply it, became my compass through billions of dollars in deals and some of the most pressure-packed moments of my career. I learned that success isn't a stunt, it's a structure. Success isn't short-term, it's a journey. It is the behaviors that give you the outcomes, not the outcomes themselves. When you choose and elevate your awareness to the right people, the right ideas, the right situations, the right events, the right energies, influence, intuition, and intelligence, you become the right person. And more of the right intelligence, intuition, energy, and inspiration comes your way. And we operate in the right environments. And the results compound exponentially without interfering with your peace, your ease, and dissipating the dis-ease. This book distills that operating system. It's a field guide for aligning of your what, your who, your how, your now, and applying your why, so you can make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun without interfering with your standards, your self worth, your own elevated frequency. You'll see how to take control of your calendar. You'll live within the 4 great truths that provide us perspective, ease, lessons, and inspiration. We will turn our values into behaviors that scale to create the efficiencies, the effectiveness, and statistical success that so many of us are experiencing today. The first lesson of why I wrote this book, Don't Do Business with Dicks, is that principles themselves compound. The rule of 72 applies to everything, including the principles themselves. I didn't write this as a rant. I wrote it as a compass. Years ago, in the heat of a 9-figure high-stakes deal, I was handed a simple rule that became a life philosophy. Always be fair. Don't negotiate to the last penny. And don't do business with dicks. That directive has reshaped how I negotiate, lead, and live. And it is the catalyst. It is the spark behind this book. That mantra steadied me as I stepped into the chaos that had always been there and always will. I was able to ultimately help bring professional football back to Los Angeles and help me guide through billions of dollars in negotiation ever since. Not by being ruthless, not by overselling, back-end selling, lying, manipulating, or cheating, but by being principled and kind. Success is a structure built on behaviors. It's not a stunt, a shortcut to go back to the end of the line, as I learned in 2008 when I lost everything, over $100 million, and went bankrupt, including losing my mom's home, which was the only reason I wanted to be rich. This success is built on the right people, the right choices, the right environment, situations, and events with the 4 great truths of gratitude, empathy, forgiveness, and accountability, effective communication. The ability to have perspective, to live at ease, to learn the lessons and be inspired. It'll allow us to create durable, sustainable results without interfering with your higher self or who you want to become. We want to always name the right forces and prioritize them, the people, places, practices, events, situations, circumstances. We want to use non-negotiable, negotiable behavior and block the time for the most important things each and every day to deal with and prioritize the non-negotiable, circumstantial behaviors to act on. We want to also share our standards, share the fairness, share the values in alignment of those values, share the ease and not dis-ease with our people, places, friends, the circumstances, the situations, our teams, our organizations, our associations, and our families before we deal with our next opportunity, option, and touch of favor. Remember the foundations that are built with the gratitude, empathy, accountability, and effective communication as we apply our why with the right people, the right self, the right environments, etc. Prosperity and harmony flows downstream from culture. Remember, our family is a culture, our company is a culture, our community is a culture. One toxic actor within that culture can do more damage than 100 incompetents. This book exists to help us spot the red flags early and protect our energy, intuition, intelligence, and our inspiration, and build with the energy and partners and people around us who will elevate us to elevate others. The first thing I had to do is remove the close relationships, the close associations, and the people, places, and things that were bleeding me and not feeding me. These things interfered with my higher self. And once I was able to prioritize people by association, by relativity, to see if I was being fed by the bleeding or bled by the bleeding, or fed by the feeding or bled by the feeding, everything changed. Our circles either feeds our future or it bleeds our future. But things that bleed you can feed you, and things that feed you can bleed you. So we have to look deeper to see the interference between us and our higher selves within the context of where we want to be or better, what I call our divine direction, to allow these detours to readjust, protect, promote, love, and perfect us into a divine detour. We have the power of right that centers us. It surrounds us with the right energy and intuition, intelligence, people, and all the right environments, with operating in clarity, balance, harmony, and focus. We have to take inventory of self and audit our closest influences. Replace those that are interfering with our higher selves. Create those that align with your divine direction. Create a treatment standard that you expect and hold to from others around you, and model it. The next lesson of why I wrote this book is it's my heart's work. It's based off of the time, the truth, and the alignment that I've learned by paying the dummy tax. If you don't own your time owns you. That's why it's my love language. And if you don't live your truths, pressure will push you out of integrity. And if you don't align each day, the meaning of the past, the setbacks, failures, mistakes, and defining moments, historical relevances, where you want to be or better, you won't get there. You will lose the wisdom. You will lose the faith. You will lengthen the distance of resistance instead of shortening it. And you will misalign yourself in your divine direction. This guide is organized to move us from the right choices to the right use of time to living with the four great truths. So what if becomes what is. Why me becomes try me. What we are will become what we become. We reframe our relationships with time and operationalize empathy, forgiveness, gratitude, accountability, and effective communication, so they are practiced with the appropriate behaviors, not preached. The simple things to do are simple not to do. Take gratitude, for example. It takes 0.1 seconds. It's free. If you say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up, I'm guaranteeing you will change your life. And not only do I guarantee it, but every thought leader, every successful person who leads by a mantra that they must be what they can be lives in gratitude. And yet I can't think of anything more simple that causes a greater impact in your life that more people forget, because the simple things to do are simple not to do. They preach it, but they don't practice it. You need to be a student of the calendar. You need to schedule our days by values, not by urgency, not by circumstance, by non-negotiable values. Starting in every day with gratitude. Be accountable and learn the lessons, as we have been responsible and attracted and participate in the perception of the promise that was kept or broken. Utilize a clear conversation, a harmonious conversation, where you were out of alignment and didn't take the appropriate adjustment, that you lived in the response to the reaction to what you were afraid of. That instant and obvious reaction to what you are afraid of, the need to be right, the need to be offended, the need to be worried, the need to be anxious, the need to be frustrated, the need to be angry, the need to be separate, the need to be inferior, the need to be superior. Do you think any of these are going to get you to where you want to be? No, they're duplicative in their negativity and toxicity. Not only does it interfere with your higher self, but it's wishing for what you don't want. When your skills, your knowledge, and your desire, your passion and your purpose, your profitability converge in a coincidence, in a coinciding of your attention, what you focus in on, and your intention, aligning what you do, say, think, feel, and believe with where you want to be or better. And as they coincide, converge under the principles, rules of engagement, we need to clutch these moments to feel the proof of the protection, promotion, love, and perfection, not the pressure. Before we enter our next high stake moment, declare by what you do, say, think, feel, and believe where it is you want to be or better. Align the meaning of the past. Make sure you take inventory of the outcomes the same way to align the meaning of tomorrow with where you want to be or better. Aligning the non-negotiable behaviors, but also the negotiable circumstantial behaviors that you have no control of, other than knowing what you want, who you can help, who can help you, how to get it done, and prioritize it accordingly so you can apply your why by utilizing this book, Don't Do Business with Dicks. See what was aligned. See what drifted. Find your definiteness of purpose through the inventory before, during, and after of the non-negotiable and negotiable behaviors to see where we can progress and improve, because it's progress, not perfection, that allows us to move forward. There's so many modern day applications of what I've learned from Napoleon Hill, from Think and Grow Rich, Outwitting the Devil, the Laws of Success, all the different principles and daily foundational messages that I get. These modern applications apply to my entrepreneurship and sales and growth and leadership and family and love and truth. Don't Do Business with Dicks is a field guide to a better business and better lives. It gives you a language, a rhetoric to set your own standards, to create your own frameworks, to choose your own partners, the relativity association, the feeding and bleeding in the prioritization, and the inspiration to walk away from those that bleed us, whether it's from feeding us too much or bleeding us too much. We need to walk away or allow it to fall away. As in sales, we shift from the overselling, back-end selling, lying, and manipulating tricks that we have learned to utilizing trust and vetting within that trust, qualifying each and every opportunity, option, and touch of favor with values, educated with a go, no-go plan and the follow-ups, and be able to quantify it and be able to measure it for not only the ROI, the return on investment, but the ROE, the return on emotion, the energy and motion that resonates with us. Culture itself is a strategy that scales. Utilizing the right relativity, association, feeding, and bleeding in its essence, aligned with the meaning of the past and where we want to be or better, will compound everything else in our lives. We need to map our journeys with those that are relative associated to compound that journey, to be explicit with the right people and the right practices as checkpoints. Make sure that we are firing or falling away all the misaligned partnerships, friendships, family members that are bleeding us through overfeeding or overbleeding us. Make sure that we are surrounding ourselves with the right people, ideas, situations, events, circumstances, etc. And we're intentional about our direction, our definiteness of purpose. Don't Do Business with Dicks will go over the core drivers that we can utilize in order to facilitate, to make easy the mathematical equation of luck, making sure that we're focused in on the right things, but giving it our intention in the appropriate manner by doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and believing within the context of wisdom, gratitude, and faith that there's something bigger than us, an infinite, abundant, unified system of thought that knows everything, is all powerful, and loves us and protects us, promotes us and perfects us more than our mom. And it is that which we focus in on in wisdom and faith, and adding our intention with what we do, say, think, feel, and believe in wisdom and faith, that equals the coinciding, the coincidences that we want or better. Intention is that which directs energy. Gratitude expands it, and faith sustains it, while our outcomes lag. Now, I'm going to repeat that because this is a mantra of Don't Do Business with Dicks that will assist you in your divine direction. Remember, it is the intention that directs our energy. Gratitude, finding the light, the love, and the lessons, will expand it, amplify it. And faith is which that sustains it while the outcomes lag. That's where the 1,000 steps come in. These are the engines behind the rules and the stories of Don't Do Business with Dicks. Reminder, this is a pre-launch of the pre-order of Don't Do Business with Dicks. If you'd like more information about the pre-order, please email me. I'd love to get you on the list, get you directly to Simon Schuster, help this become a New York Times bestseller, but we have till the Super Bowl. We have till the Super Bowl. We're going to go and run the whole Super Bowl season with the promotion and the education and the amplification, utilizing this directive right here, the core drivers, that intention directs your energy, gratitude expands it, and faith sustains it while your outcomes lag. Make sure you use the 1,000 steps to help you maintain the intention to direct your energy. Use the 1,000 steps to expand it in an amplified exponential manner. And make sure, number one, you have the faith to sustain it. Because when you think big, when you stop limiting your self-image, notating you'll never overachieve your own self-image, when you stop limiting your imagination, knowing you'll never overachieve your own imagination, when you do that, you know that it will take 90% of the time to get to where you want to be or better, just to make it up to 250 steps. You'll slip on the steps. They'll be broken, muddy. Some are bigger than others. Some you have to go backwards to go forward. It's crazy. But without faith, you won't sustain it because the outcomes lag, because it takes 90% of the time to get to 250 steps. Where it only takes 5% more of the time to get to 500 steps and only 5% more of time to get to 1,000 steps to get all the way there. But most people quit because they don't direct the intention in their energy and use gratitude to expand it. And they certainly don't have faith that although there's no evidence, although the evidence is contrary to where they want to be, that they're going to get there. They're going to get there. These statements of intention open your day, open your meetings, open your life by stating your intentions of what you're going to do, say, think, feel, and believe. Use your calendar, use a repository, and then close them with gratitude and hold them in faith with the people, places, plans, circumstances when the scoreboard is slow to update. And it will be slow to update. These core drivers, they will turn your standards into your behaviors, which will be subconsciously and unconsciously saved. And these behaviors will become automatic habits that will create your legacy, your unconscious competency, your energetic and genetic inheritance, the ultimate trust. And you are the ultimate trustee. Make sure that we're constantly reviewing our intention and our attention and the coincidences that we desire, not just by non-negotiable behavior, but by the circumstantial negotiable behaviors, and thank people, places, things, and God specifically. Review your standards and our standards before we negotiate each and every time. Looking at the book and why I wrote the book, I always talk about key takeaways and next steps. And key takeaways are what resonates with you, meaning what you agree with most and what burns you the most, what you disagree, what you think is stupid. Write those things down, take them away. This book exists to help you remove the interference between you and your potential. And it welcomes what compounds it. This allows you to succeed, to live in passion, purpose, and profitability, to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. It will honor both your ambition as well as your values. It will honor your human experience as well as your infinite experience. The purpose is to equip us to spot toxicity, invite the right energies, intuition, intelligence, people, places, things, and events to build your journey rooted in respect and trust and results. To live at peace and ease. Peace of mind is the true scoreboard, which is updated automatically, instantly, and obviously. Aligning who you are and what you do and how you serve with what you want to become or better. It'll allow us to choose the right relationships, association, and feeding, to upgrade our behaviors, to schedule them, and to create standards, to declare in an intentional definiteness of purpose publicly. In the end, our greatest asset isn't a tactic or a title. Although I will tell you, I love the title, and so do so many other people. Although that title, Don't Do Business with Dicks, will attract many people, I hope it's the standard that will sustain us. Say yes to the right people, the right ideas, the right choices, the right environments, the right energy, intuition, intelligence, the infinite. Say no to anything that taxes your spirit or corrupts your culture, interferes with your potential, your own self-image, or your imagination. When you anchor yourself to fairness, respect, trust, clarity, harmony, pressure stops pushing you down and it starts pressing you up into alignment of your divine direction. And it starts to reveal our preparation, which allows our success. Decency doesn't slow you down. It speeds up the trust decisions and recovery. I wrote this book as a standing invitation to lead with intention, gratitude, and faith, to be more interested than interesting, to be kind to your future self, to let the peace of mind be your scoreboard. Let's all start today. Pre-order the book. I promise you, you will be in a declaration of independence. A declaration is the first step. Remember, America wasn't free when they wrote the Declaration of Independence. It took years before they were free. Declare your standards today. Design your time around it and teach it to others to lead, serve, and love. Build success that feels as good as it looks and creates a legacy that outlasts the scoreboard. I appreciate everybody joining us on Napoleon Hill Institute training this week of why I decided to write this book, Don't Do Business with Dicks. How to ditch toxicity and align yourself with the positive influences that you need. Please reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com. I would love to have you on our list of pre-order. This is the pre-launch of the pre-order, the start of the football season. The launch will be Super Bowl 2026. But through now and then, we are going to teach the lessons to provide the light, the love to all of us. I appreciate everybody. Happy birthday to my wife. Happy anniversary to my wife. I love you all. David@dmeltzer.com. I'm going to jump onto IG Live. Nick of Wam, please close out the room.
Absolutely. And thank you, David, for another incredible Napoleon Hill Institute training here this morning. As a reminder for everybody, yes, if you would like to guide an
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Gigi, once again, David@dmeltzer.com. Pre-order the book, Don't Do Business with Dicks.com. Don't Do Business with Dicks.com. Pre-orders. We'd love to have everybody support us, amplify us. We'll continue, of course, over 5.5 months, promote it to the Super Bowl when our launch occurs. Come and join us, 949-298-2905, 949-298-2905. Catch me on Instagram Live. Thank you, everyone. Be more interested than interesting. Be kind to your future self. Do good deeds. Hit it, Gigi.
They discovered it, they read it, and they applied it. It's the golden thread that connects the titans of the self-development industry, the source that spawned millions of millionaires, the original blueprint to success.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It's a classic. A classic.
And I love Think and Grow Rich. I love it. It's right here. I mean, it's one of my favorite books of all time.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
This material is what changed my life. This is the material I study every day. From being an immigrant woman, coming from poverty, and really coming to America and literally achieving the American dream. I can't even tell you how grateful I am for this man, for what he did for me and my family.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
People don't realize is that when we let our ego get in our way, ego is the loss, the fear of loss. So need to be right, the need to be offended, the need to be hurt, fearful. When that trajectory changes, what happens is you continually go the wrong way. So my job as a coach is to say, let's get into the enjoyment of the direct pursuit of my potential. Right? And so when the light went on, it was not about the potential of making money and being an entrepreneur, which is one of my specialties. And I said to him, look, this is an opportunity now to show how great you really are. We can't let the outside voices, right, determine our success. The happiness that we have comes within. Why are you going to give that control to somebody else?
Thoughts become things. And I always wonder, why did no one teach us this? Why did we not learn this in school? Why did we not learn this from our families? If you make your study a priority, your life will change.
And I came up with 4 really valuable things that I took stock in. And the first one was gratitude. Simple gratitude. Although I grew up with nothing, I was always grateful. Throughout the whole process of consistently, persistently pursuing my potential, I was grateful. It made my past better, my present brighter, and my future even brighter than that. In fact, I tell people all the time, if you want to change your life, change your employee's life, your family life, it's very simple. 2 words, say thank you.